Hello and welcome to January's card class using product from the new mini catalogue and celebration brochure. This is card 2 of 3 and all the measurements in the written tutorials are in metric and imperial. This card here is the metric size and I'm going to be making the imperial size today. Please don't hesitate to message me if you have any questions. So I'm starting with my card base, which is in Fresh Freesia. And I'm just going to fold that in half and burnish along the edge. And we're going to do the die cutting first. So I've got a piece of basic white cardstock and this is a piece of adhesive sheet that's exactly the same size. Just going to take the backing off that and then adhere that to the cardstock. It's slightly too big, so I'll just trim that off because it'll make a bit of a sticky mess. Yeah. So I'll bring my little mini machine in here and I've got all these letters here and the little heart, so they'll all fit on here. And then I'm just going to put that on and I want to run it through 2 or 3 times just to make sure I get a really good cut. It's a little bit tight. I've just put newish plates in, and also with that extra layer of sticky behind the DSP. And then just one more time. And they've well cut through there, which is good. So just pull those all off. And you take your pick tool is really good because you can just pop that in there and they'll all pop out quite easily. Hopefully I've got everything I need here. So much love for you. And I'm going to bring in another piece of basic white cardstock. So I want that to sit fairly well back. I'll just layer it on here just to slightly different with it being the imperial sizes. As you can see, it's a little bit shorter. I have on another one used that flower, so you can see there's a bit more room compared to that one there. But you can just jiggle it around just however you like. I'd even just pop that going up there a little bit more. Just as long as it's not going to go over the edge. And then what you can also do is just place these on where you want them to go. So you've got a bit of an idea. And you can, wherever suits you, whatever, however you like the look of them. It's really just for a little bit of added interest. So I'll put this much on first. So then just want to peel that back. You want to do it reasonably gently, because if you pull too much you will get it out of shape. See? And because it is quite jaunty, you know, I don't think it matters too much if it's not, you know, you can put it on whatever angle you like. And it is quite forgiving until you're exactly sure you can lift it off. Once you've decided, give it a good firm press. I must say it is easier doing it in daylight. I had my class the other night and it was nighttime, so it's a little trickier. Could always do that one I've done love for. A little bit like that actually. Just a wee bit of a change up on this one, just so you've got a few different ideas. And then I don't worry too much about taking those out, because when you take the backing off, quite often they just pop out like that. It just saves a little bit of a step worrying about taking those out. So you do have a few options of how you want to use your words, and then the wee sentiments that go with them. You can add different things. There's congratulations and all sorts. I'll just tuck that wee heart in there. And then what we're going to do is a splattering on the back, and I just usually get a bit of scrap paper so I don't end up with black everywhere. Now if you want bigger sort of blobs like that, or like this one here particularly, that's from using a blender pen, the Stampin' Blends at least. The only trouble is you've got to be careful, because you can damage the nib if you're not too careful. Otherwise just your Stampin' Right marker works well, but you just don't get those bigger spots if that's what you're looking for, but you can give it a good flick. But if you don't like that look in the background, then just avoid doing that. And then next I'm just going to layer that up onto this piece of black cardstock, just to give it a nice edge. Just pop that there. And then we're going to add some dimensionals to the back of that. Get those sort of evenly onto there. And once they're taken, you've got the backs off those, just pop that onto your card base. Just get that nice and even on there. Then we're going to add the twine, and so I want the twine to go sort of out over these areas here. So I'm just going to add a little bit of Stampin' Seal to each side. So I'm just going to pop my twine on, do a little twirl twirl there, another little twirl, just stick it onto the, just going to pull that out, so it's underneath those twirls, those swirls. I'll just cut a wee bit off just to make it a bit shorter, and then the other piece I'm going to do, actually I might do the twirls first. I'll just stick that down, do a loop, do another loop, and then just pop that up through the back there, and you've got a piece. And then I want to add that onto there, so I'm just going to add some dimensionals onto the back of that. Then it can go on to there. You can have a wee play around with those. And then lastly, want to do the sentiment. And I've got happy birthday, and I've got a little bit of black cardstock. Add a little bit of the embossing buddy, and I'm going to stamp that sentiment down. Quite close to the top, but I'm going to trim it down so it won't matter. And then I'm just going to heat emboss that, so it won't be a moment, I'll just do that. Let's do the other end. And then I just want to trim that down. You could use a die if you had a die that was the size for this. I'm just trimming it down because I want to make it reasonably small so it doesn't cover too much of my pretty flower. A good thing with this trimmer, it goes very close, so you can be a really precise closeness to it. So then I'm just going to use some halves on the back of that, or you could use minis if you have some. And then I just want to tuck that gap there. Actually that needs a double layer. Just going to add a little small one underneath because that's already got one level, so I just need to prop that up a bit. So that's nice and level now. And then lastly, what I want to do is add some pearls to that. So I've got some pearls here, and use my take your pick tool, which works perfectly for moving these off. And I'm going to change it up a bit. I will just put a couple down this gap and one up there. And that is card number 2. So not too complicated, and these flowers look really pretty, and they're from the favoured flowers in the celebration brochure. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.